Greetings, salutations, and hello, interwebs. This is your friendly online feline neighbor, Tim and Tabby, once again bringing you some video game goodness and the continuation of Sonic Frontiers. So, I hated myself for a little bit because after the last video, I thought I put the game on sleep mode while I was doing some other things, and somehow I managed to reboot up the game on the autosave data, and it did not save any of the fishing that I did in the previous videos. So I had to do that all over again, which I was going to do as much fishing as possible anyway, so that I could get all of these egg memos that was available for purchase and as much crap as I could. And I did. I did that off screen. But before I continue with the main game, I wanted to wait until I can play all of these egg memos since they are voice records. And there are a total... Hold on, shut up, 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 shut up. I don't know why they're just auto-playing like that. I think it said about 20-25. They're short, so this should only take maybe a few minutes. So, but yeah, apparently there were about a ton of egg memos. That would have been a lot of tokens. Thankfully, all the fishing I did gave me mostly a bunch of golden tickets to get these all. So waste not, I guess. So let's take a listen to these things.
Some force is keeping me from exiting cyberspace. Is it because my AI made unauthorized access to the databases? If so, that's the exact opposite of what it was supposed to do. What are gun military craft doing in here? Sage has helped me avoid the worst of it, and it doesn't appear to be manned. Is it a defense mechanism? I need to learn more. The terrain here keeps shifting. I'm finding recreations of regions from South Island, West Side Island, even Angel Island. Where is this environmental data coming from? I found elements from my own EggNet, the United Federation, even planet Donpa Kingdom race data. As best as I can surmise, this cyberspace extends well beyond the scope of these islands and is gaining information from around the world. Fascinating. I am officially jealous. This entire expanse was constructed by the ancient race who had previously settled on these islands. The level of technology they employed is completely alien to me, so I can't salvage it. Yet.
Well, maybe that's the reason. It's aliens, people! Aliens! I don't know why you outburst like that.
It appears the Starfall Islands act as the CPU for cyberspace. Once I'm out of here, I need to secure them at all costs. I'm not able to access the data too readily, but it appears the entire history of the ancients is recorded here in cyberspace. More than that, they logged their memories, their desires. It's almost like they encoded their very souls into this place. Now then, how can I use that to my benefit? Who were the ancients? They predate any civilization by a wide margin. The Echidnas? The Black Arms? Please. The Babylonians? Hardly. And yet they didn't seem to influence the world beyond these 3 piddly islands. Why? What stopped them from conquering the world?
The only reason I think I know who the Black Arms is because I'm aware of the plot of Shadow the Hedgehog, where I think it was the demonic group of the Black Arms that was orchestrating things in that game and Shadow. I could be wrong though. You're welcome to clarify if I'm wrong and what they really are, but I mean, obviously I get the Echidnas, Knuckles, and the Echidna race, and them protecting the Grand Emerald, or the Master Emerald, all that. And then Babylonian is just a throwaway line, but the Babylonians were always, you know, I guess.
I'm finding multiple connections between the ancients and the Chaos Emeralds. Their technology seems built with the emeralds in mind. It's almost like they share the same origin. I enjoy a good mystery, but not when the answers are more mysteries. Ah. The ancients seem to have employed a set of finding multiple connections between the ancients and the Chaos Emeralds. Their technology seems built with the emeralds in mind. It's almost like they share the same origin. I enjoy a good mystery, but not when the answers are more mysteries. Ah.
What I wanted to say is, but that's how they get you hooked, and then jack up the price.
The ancients seem to have employed a set of strange icons as keepsakes or totems. That same imagery is being used by the Coco running around the islands. Did the Coco inspire the ancients? Or did the Coco adopt the leftovers once the ancients were gone? Something wiped out the ancients, that's for certain. A catastrophic event caused dire environmental shifts across the islands. It appears they made some effort to rebuild, but they were living on borrowed time. They died out within a generation. I don't believe this. I had Sage run a diagnostic on the recorded genetic data of the ancients, and then against archives I have with me. They're relatives of Chaos, the god of destruction. After countless years, their DNA corroded to the point they were completely transformed into a new species. Some kind of radiation affected them for eons, making them unrecognizable. Except to a genius like me.
Ran dinosaur genetic data of the ancients and against archives I have with me. Relatives of Chaos. The Coco? Or just various... or just whoever else was on the island?
I'm deploying my most advanced artificial intelligence into the ancient network spanning the Starfall Islands. I've codenamed it Sage. Sage will take over the alien network, take control of all its resources, and give them to me. Once I'm out of here.
I feel like that should have come earlier because he's already mentioned Sage before, hasn't he?
Sage is performing at peak efficiency. Makes me wonder where I went wrong with Orbot and Qbot. Not only is she taking control of the Ancients network, but she's harassing Sonic as well. I love it!
Oh, is that what the digital little girl is? That's his AI Sage? Was it related to the device he put on the pedestal at the beginning cutscene? Also, Orbit and Qubit, I'm assuming is one of the many robotic minions he'll usually have around in whichever Sonic show or game is featured in, but I don't quite know exactly from where.
Despite her best efforts, Sage can't seem to control the Titans. Phooey. She can prompt them to act, but something is blocking her from assuming total control. Sage keeps running the numbers by me, and it's getting tedious. Yes, the power that wiped out the Ancients was formidable. Yes, unleashing it on this world would be catastrophic. But I'm a genius! Once I'm out of here, I'll find a way to handle it. Better yet, weaponize it against Sonic.
And how many times have that worked out for you, Mr. Eggman or Robotnik or whatever you go by these days? Because seriously, you might not be exactly the genius you keep making yourself out. You try to keep making yourself out to be if you can't control cataclysmic creatures, monsters, or ancient weapons or machines that end up being more of a threat than you.
Sage has been crucial to my survival here in cyberspace. Early warnings of hostile entities, guiding me past firewalls, keeping me updated on progress in the real world. She's the best. It's a program. An adorable program, a very personable program. I wonder if she has a preference.
Are you starting to connect with your little creation, Mr. Eggman?
I never really knew my cousin Maria. Everyone spoke of her like she was very special. All that love for someone who was gone when I was right there. But I have to wonder, back then, was she anything like Sage is now?
Ah, that's a reference to Sonic. Oh my god. I want to say Sonic Adventures, but I don't think that's a real game. Or if it is, it's not for the GameCube or so. Oh my god. The one that introduced Shadow. Because that's what they're referencing. Because Shadow knows Maria. They were friends, and he had to watch her for whatever reason, get shot down by gun soldiers or so, which makes Shadow go on his revenge spree, or at least agrees to follow Eggman into his business because he wants the world to suffer at the time. At least I think I'm thinking of the right character, but god damn it, why can't I not? Maybe it is Sonic Adventure? I don't know. I know it's based off those games, at least. That much I know.
I'm finding I never really knew my cousin. Sage told the funniest joke during her report. How fast can Sonic screw things up? Instantly, he's the fastest thing alive. I tell you, she's a chip off the old block. Well, for a program, I mean. It's not like she's alive. Or family, or... Who says I can't create life, huh? Just a bunch of proteins pumping together. Anyone can do that. A true genius does it with code and electrons. And if I did create life, she would be brilliant and loyal and perfectly effective. And you know why? Because her dad is a genius, that's why. Sonic's on the island. Of course Sonic is on the island. I can't remember the last time I had a good night's scheme without him ruining it. Still, for a purely organic creature, obtaining Mach 1 of his own volition is impressive. I'm man enough to admit that.
How... What's the word I'm looking for? No, that's not the word I'm looking for.
It's Sonic who named me Eggman. Except the joke's on him. I embraced the name. I made it my own. His mockery is now a name feared across the ages. I'm not going to adopt Baldy McNose here, though. My dignity has limits.
Ha!
It appears Amy Rose has been dragged into the mix. Clever girl. Tenacious. She's come a long way since being an easy pawn in my schemes to ensnare Sonic. It seems like she had some trouble finding herself. But when you hang around with someone with as big an ego as Sonic, self-identification has to be a challenge.
Well, I will say that Amy's character in this one, while she still is the girl of romance, apparently, and still has some pining for Sonic, obviously has gone through a bit of an identity shift, or personality shift, where she's not that ridiculously, well, ridiculous. She's actually acting a bit more like an adult with serious thoughts in this game, which is part of the tonal shift that goes whoop over my head a bit, but maybe it'll pan out to something that makes sense. Also, the fact that, once again, her voice, like Sonic's voice being a little bit, well, very different, kind of throws things for a loop.
Knuckles is here too? What a rube. That hair trigger of his is a problem, but also a boon when I can get him to go off in the right direction. Wait, if he's here, that means the Master Emerald is unguarded. Its power will be mine! Oh, no wait, I'm stuck here. Phooey.
But also, wait, really? I mean, I had no... Sorry, I just can't find my words today. But I didn't expect they wouldn't. I did not expect that Knuckles would not show up in some case. If Big the Cat is here, Knuckles is obviously going to be here. But that makes me wonder if Shadow's gonna show up, or Rouge is gonna show up, or anybody else. Hell, even maybe from the comics. I don't know. But, okay, interesting. So Knuckles is in this game.
Sonic's here, so it's no surprise Tails is too. It's a pity. Young Prower has a keen mind and loads of potential, yet he's fixated on worshipping Sonic. And again, maybe that's for the best. Given all the trouble he gave me in Station Square and on the Ark, I think I prefer him wasting his potential lingering in Sonic's shadow.
So Station Square, I'm assuming, is based off the first one that I was trying to talk about earlier, where the boss is Chaos, I believe, Liquid Chaos or something like that. The Ark's the reference to the second one that has Shadow and the ultimate life form, which is the lizard thing or whatever. Good music though. Well, good music in places, not all of it.
Some force. Sonic.
Oh, and that is it. And then, of course, here's all the fish, which I believe I already referenced in the last video. So I think what I'm going to do is that I am going to go ahead and make this its own separate video as well, just so the main video isn't just the voice logs. So this will be considered 5.9 now. So stay tuned for the actual official episode 6 if you are still interested in following me. And until then, everybody, I wish you a good rest of your evening, night, day. I'm sorry, I did that wrong. Evening, night, morning, day, afternoon, whatever it is in your neck of the woods. Take care.